Hi, welcome to my channel, Zazaline. My name is Janeta, and for all of you who are new to my channel, welcome. On this channel, we make all kinds of projects, mainly sewing, and sometimes I like to combine it with embroidery. On today's project, we are working on a binder cover. So I have done this kind of binder organizer notebook cover a few months ago. So I made a little variation of this project, and this time it looks like this. So it has a big front pocket, it has lots of pockets inside. There is a strap, you can remove the strap, but you can carry it around your shoulder. And just a note before I show you how it looks inside. I release new videos every week, and I create all my patterns from scratch. I make them in PDF files so you can download it, and after I release them, the first 48 hours I let them go free. So if you would like to try my patterns and you don't want to pay for them, then I would suggest you subscribe to the channel, you hit the notification bell below, so you get notified every time the new pattern is released. I made slight change from the original video. You will see me in the video placing the straps, the D-rings on the sides. Later on I decided it's not what I liked, so I took them off, and at the very end I put them right here. It would be better if you did it in the beginning, but it can be done. I did it. So I designed it so it's a binder cover. So we have a binder in here, and you can slide it on both sides, or you can just have it on one side. So there are two large pockets in here. So you have one here and one here. So you can either put the binder on both underneath both pockets, or you can just do one, and that way you have one extra pocket for some other things. You can put your little notebook in here, calculator, a pen, and then you have one extra pocket here, so you can put money in there, or your phone. You can put phone in here. There we go. Nice and full. Okay, so as always, let's go over the things that we will need for this project. So we will need the pattern, which you can find on zazaline.com, and we need the bias, which is gonna go around on the outside. This is the bias tape for inside. Strap, and I'm using 2-inch webbing for this project. You can make your own, and this will be for the connectors because I'm using 1-inch hardware for today, so I have to have everything matching. So this will go around the tape. And zippers, I need 2 zippers, and of course the hardware, and if you have your own tag. All the measurements are included in the pattern. Some pieces we will have to do a little bit of prep work, so it is the E and F. So I'm just gonna show you because it can be a little bit confusing. So let's put this on a side. And so basically what we need, this is the large inside pocket. And I'm just gonna briefly show you. This is my old project from a few months ago. It's more like a organizer. This one is a little bit smaller, so I'm doing a variation of this one. So if you open it, on the outside you have these big large pockets. So this is what it is. These pockets will go like this, and we want them a little more stiff. So I did include two pieces, and one is, of course, you have to fold it in half when you are cutting it, and so it goes like this. When you cut it, you fold it, so that way you have one large piece. And then we have the F, and that is the lining inside, and we don't need lining on each side, so I just included one lining, and it's smaller because we need something a little bit more stiff. And I will put all the things that we need for like what kind of interfacing I'm using. It's all gonna be described in the pattern, and you just fold it over and you iron it, and you will end up with this. So it will be this kind of pocket. Then we have other pieces that we will have to prep, and that's the H. So we need interfacing on the, this is the outside, no, that's the inside pocket. So again, when we look inside, this is gonna be this pocket right here. And again, we need it a little stiffer. This one will have nice big pocket on the outside, and that's what it is. So again, we want it nice and stiff. So again, interfacing on this piece, that would be the I. And then I am using on the outside, I am using a foam. So the foam, because it's not a foam that would be ironed on, you sew it on. So you just go around the edges and you just attach it. So a few millimeters from the edge, just to base it down. Make sure it's attached. Okay, so first we are gonna be working on the outer pocket. So we will grab J. Don't forget to fold it so you have it twice as big, and then equal size of the zipper. Now we are gonna place the zipper on the good side down, and we are gonna baste it along the side, 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so once you are done, you will flip it over. You can press it down. I already did. And then we will fold it a little bit. And it's going to help you if you press it down with the iron. You can clip it in place. And so if you press it down, it's going to be easier to fold because we have to do one more fold. We will do one more fold over. And this is what we want to end up with. Okay, so once you have it clipped like this, we can go back to the machine and we can top stitch. Okay, so once we have this part done, make sure you cut it on both sides, and we will add the zipper pull if you didn't do so. Okay, so you just want to, the trick is you want to put only a little bit. You don't put it there all the way. And then you want to make sure the zipper pull is gonna be equal on both sides. There we go. Okay, so once the zipper pull is in, we are gonna grab our next piece, which is K. And again, make sure you fold it. So the piece that we just did will be on the top, zipper pull right here, and you will fold it over. You want to make sure that this is all the way to the end. Okay. And then we will clip it in place. And then do the other side. You want to make sure this goes all the way to the edge. We will flip it from the other side. Now we will take it to the machine, and it's okay if the zipper is showing a little bit. Just make sure these bottom pieces are lined up. And we are gonna sew on both sides here. About 1 centimeter, 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so now when we are done, we will cut the excess piece, the zipper, and we will cut the corner a little bit so it's easier to turn it. Okay, now we are gonna turn it inside out. And we will clip it in place. And we will go back to the sewing machine, and we are gonna sew 1 centimeter from the edge, or 3/8 of an inch, all along here. Okay, so now if this piece is slightly bigger, that's okay. We can just cut a little bit off. It depends on the fold, how much you fold it. It's almost the same, so yeah. Okay, so now we can go back to the sewing machine, and we can top stitch right here and right here on both sides. Once you top stitched on both sides, we are gonna take panel I, and we will first find the midlines. So let's make a little snip snip. Okay, so once you find the midline on all 4 sides, we will take the zipper and put these together, and let's find midline here. And we are just gonna do a little notch on the zipper side, not the one that we folded over. We will do it on the raw side in here, not on the folded side, but on the raw side. Okay, so once you mark your midline on the panel and on the zipper, you're gonna place the good side zipper inside. So not like this, the zipper head is inside this circle. And we will start on the top. So let's find our midline, our little notch, and let's clip it together. And we are gonna go around. I'll just show you the first corner because we have to do tiny little snips in this zipper. I don't know if you can see, just tiny little. So it's gonna help us to spray and go around. I don't know if you can see that. Let's do one in here because that's where the curve will start. And now it's going to be much easier to curve it, to bend it. Okay. And you just want to do a few millimeters. You don't want to do too much. Okay, so once we clip it all around, we don't want to do quite 1 centimeter. We will do a little bit less. So I would say 8 millimeters, less than 3/8 of an inch. So once you are finished, we are gonna grab the lining eye, and we are gonna place this lining good side down. So I already made some marks, the notches in midline, so I know exactly where to place it. And we are gonna place this on the top. So again, match up the notches, clip it in, go all around. Okay, so don't be shy to use lots of clips. They are your best friends. They will help you to keep everything stable. On the bottom, away from the zipper, we are gonna leave about 3-4 inches open. So we are not gonna sew in this area. So we will go around, and this time we will do 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch. Okay, now just a little check on the other side, so the side where you have the interfacing. You want to check that this line, the second line that you did, is more away from the line, so it has to be inside. If you went over and the first line is showing, that means that it's gonna show when you flip it over. So this new line that we just did, because we did the 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch, it has to be inside all the way. So before we flip it over, we are just gonna do tiny little notches. So we will just do tiny little cuts, and that's gonna help us to keep the round corners nice. So you see, just tiny little notches like this. Okay, so once you flip it over, just push out the corners so they are nice. And now we have a hole in here, so we are gonna close it up. So all you have to do is fold it over. I don't know if you can see it, but you fold it over, and you can use pins and you're just gonna pin it in place. And just make sure you go over so you don't see the stitching. And you will fold over about 1 centimeter, which is 3/8 of an inch, because that's the seam allowance we had all around. Okay, so once this is done, we are gonna go around and we will top stitch all around. And when we are top stitching here, at the same time we are gonna close this gap here. Okay, so by top stitching, we actually closed up the gap on the bottom. So there we have the outside pocket. So we can put it on the side. So now we are gonna grab panel A. That's the main panel. And I already attached the foam, so I base stitched all around. And we will fold it in half. And now find the placement where we want this pocket to be. So I would stay away from the side here. I would do about 1 inch from the side, 1 inch from this side, and about 2 inches from the bottom. And now, but if you want it a little bit lower, that's okay too. So this would be about 1.5 inch. And what we want to do, we want to attach, so you will need your pins. And we are gonna attach this pocket. We will go all around, do maybe the top and the bottom, and then you can attach the rest. So once you attach the 4 base spots, the top and bottom and the sides, then you can open up the pocket and just push this corner out and attach it here. Yeah, if you open up the pocket, it's gonna be easier. Okay, so once it's secured with your pins, you can again open this up so it's easier to sew, and we can start on the top and go all around. Okay, so when you look on the other side, it looks pretty even. Make sure that you cut all of it. It's nice and straight on the bottom. And yeah, I am pretty happy with how it turned out. Okay, so that's the one part. Now, it would be a good time if you have your own tag to place it now. If you wanted to place it here, you should have done that before. But I was planning to put it here because otherwise my logo would kind of disappear. So I'm just gonna leave it right here. So this pattern is set up for vinyl. So cut it out. You will need 2 1-inch D-rings. Okay, so I prepped one. I like to use my double-sided tape. So just take a little piece and place it around here in the white part. Of course, it's not gonna come off now. Oh, there we go. Okay, and you will fold it over and make sure it aligns nicely there. And that way it's gonna stay in place. You don't have to be worried that it's gonna move on you while you are sewing. So now let's take it to the machine and let's go as close as possible to the D-rings. Okay, so now once we have these done, see, we just went around. You can do a little cross if you want. And we are done with this panel. So we will put it on the side. is the PVC pocket. So we have two, that's the G panel and H panel, which are these three. So I already prepped them, and basically what we are gonna do, we are gonna fold them. It doesn't really matter how you fold it. You fold them in half, you press it down, and then you will fold it again, press it down, and fold it. So you want to end up with a nice flat roll like this. All we are doing is creating nice edges, because we don't want to place the pocket there like this. We will take one of the pockets, it doesn't matter which one, they are the same, and we are gonna have nice clean edges. So and we will go to the sewing machine, and you are just gonna top stitch. So there we go. Make sure you attach it. It should be attached on both sides. We will do the same thing with this one. And just a little note, you want to do it on the wider side, not the shorter one. The wider. It should match up, because the pattern is made the way that it's gonna match both pieces. There we go. And we can do the same thing. We can repeat the same process. Okay, so these two are prepped. Now we are gonna take the zipper. Make sure you have the zipper pull in, and we will slide this here. It doesn't have to be all the way to the edge. See, it helps a lot when you press it down. Okay, and just make sure you cut it on both sides. And we will take one of the panels and make sure now that it's lined up, not with the zipper end. If you want, you can cut it off so it's not confusing. So let's just make it nice and even on both sides. Okay, and we will attach it right here. And right here, and we will again top stitch. Okay, so now we have these two pockets ready. We can put them on a side, and we are gonna grab panel H. So I already prepped it. We have one lining, one interfacing, and one main fabric. Okay, so we are gonna place good sides together. You will place them like here, and on the top we are gonna go 3/8 of an inch or 1 centimeter seam allowance. Okay, so you can flip it over, and we are gonna top stitch right here. You can press it down so it's easier, and then top stitch right there. Okay, so now once we have all three pockets done, we are gonna grab again the panel E that we prepped before, and we should have two large pockets, and we will put all these pieces together. So let's take one of them. This is a nicer side here, like this. And now we are gonna place this one first and this one second. If you want to make this one a little bit smaller, you can move it down and just cut the edge. But I think I like the size I have. So now you will attach it on the side. So you clip it from all three sides. Make sure it's nice and straight. This is not very straight. Okay, that's better. And now we can go around, and you just want to attach the two pockets to the main big one. So right here and here. And I would do a little bit less than a centimeter. You just want to attach them together, so don't go too wide. Okay, so we attached these pockets to the big one. We will put it on the side, and now we will attach this one, which is again a very simple process. This time you will go right here on top, so we have to pin it so it doesn't move. Okay, nice. And then let's clip it on the sides. Okay, so now when we have the main pockets ready, we are gonna work on the lining. So we are gonna grab panel B and C and D, B, C, D. And we are gonna put them together. First, we are gonna work on the CD. So we have to place these two in the middle. And I will show you so you can imagine what it's for. So the mid part is this one and this one. And that's where the zipper is gonna go later. So let's bend this big piece a little bit. If you want, you can press it down. And we will place it here. So we have about 1 centimeter, 3/8 of an inch, and we will place it here. So it kind of overlaps. I'll show you from the other side how it looks like. So it's like this. So you are gonna put these sides together, and we are looking at the good side of the lining. Make sure it's nice and straight. And about 1 centimeter fold on this long piece. We will do the same thing on the bottom, so let's repeat the process. So again, 1 centimeter fold or 3/8 of an inch, and we will place it 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch on top. Okay, so they kind of overlap. I need 2 clippers. And we will take it to the sewing machine. And we are gonna just attach the sides. We want this to be open, okay? So just on the side, just the edges, just clip the edges. So less than 1 centimeter. So now when this part is done, so we have these opened, that's for the zipper. to go in, we are gonna grab these two sides. Well, let's work on the first one. And we will place these two pieces together. So good sides together, and you're just gonna top stitch right here. So once we have this side attached, we will take the other one and the same thing. So good sides together. So they are facing each other. And it should line up nicely. And we will go back to the machine and we are gonna sew along this side 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Okay, we will open it up, press it down, and then we are gonna top stitch on both sides. And now we can put this on a side, and we are gonna work on the edge of these pockets. So before we attach it to the lining, we should make the edges a little nicer. So we are gonna take our bias tape that we made previously, and it's up to you if you want accent color or if you want the colors to be the same. I decided to go for the accent color. So I will need 2 pieces, the same length as the pocket, the height of the pocket. And we are gonna decide, so we should have this one on the right side and this one on the left side. So it's gonna go something like this. One is gonna be here and one is gonna be here. And because we have the zipper pull on this side, we are gonna place this one on the right side. And so this is what we are gonna end up with. We will have pocket here, 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 and here. But we just have to make these raw edges a little nicer. So let's take one of the pockets. We have to remember that it's gonna be on the right side, and we are gonna place this, the good side down. So again, the good side, the right sides are facing each other. Now we are gonna clip it along here just to secure it. I made my bias a little bit longer. And we are gonna do 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. I forgot to mention all my bias tapes are 2 inches wide. So once we sew these pieces together, we are gonna flip it over. And again, if you want, you can press it down with your iron, and we will fold it, and so fold it all the way to the edge of the pocket and fold it over again. You will need lots of clippers for this. And we are just gonna make this edge nice and clean. Okay, just make sure that you catch it on both sides. And now my bias tape was a little bit longer, so let's make it nice and even. Okay, so this side is done, and now this side we will do the same thing. So now we are going to work on the right side. Let's open up the zipper so it's not in a way. And again, we will place the good side down. So now when we have both pockets done, we are gonna grab the lining again, and we are gonna place it on the very end, because we want a gap in between here. So let's attach the pockets. So we just want to attach the pockets to the lining. So we are not gonna do 1 centimeter, that would be too big. We are just gonna go a few millimeters from the edge of the pockets. Okay, so once we secured both pockets, we are gonna grab the long zipper and we are gonna separate the teeth. So we will have two individual pieces. Now let's grab one, the other one on the side, and we are gonna look at the teeth. So we see the teeth, we are looking at the good side up. Now let's leave a little because we are gonna hide the zipper inside. So let's leave about 1 inch, and then we will start clipping right here in this area, and we will clip the zipper all around. Okay. Okay, so right in here, and let's do a little snip, just a tiny little one, a few millimeters, just so it turns, so you can bend it easier. Okay, you go down, and I think you got the point. You will go all around, and you will finish back in here. And whatever's left is left. So once you clip it in place, you're actually gonna start here. You see, this is where the big panel starts. This is where you want to start. You don't want to go all the way in the middle because we will need to bend the zipper down. So you will start here and you will stop right in here. So once you attach to one side, I forgot to mention, you're just doing a few millimeters. You just want to catch the zipper and attach it to the base panel. We are not gonna do 1 centimeter. You are not trying to get as close to the zipper. We are still gonna be doing the bias tape to wrap it around, and we don't want any stitches to show through. So just go along the edge. I don't know if you can see, but I did like a really close to the edge. And now we are gonna grab the other side of the zipper and we will repeat the same process. So again, just leave a little bit out. It doesn't have to be exact. We will fix it later, and you will start, just make sure it goes similar size, okay? But you don't have to measure it. And oh, this is wrong. This is wrong. You see, I'm showing you wrong. Okay, I need this end. So because we need both the zippers are facing us, so that's the good side of the zipper, and the zippers are facing the bottom, just like we did on this side. So just leave similar piece. You will start here, clip it, and basically you are just gonna repeat the same process what we did on this side. Okay, so when both sides are done, we are gonna take a zipper pull and we will attach the zipper pull. So okay, let's measure so they are both the same. And let's do 1 second. Okay, I always have to have it on the table, and you do just a little bit on each side. And then when they are both in, you hold the two sides, and there we go. Okay, so when you get to the end, just make sure it's all lying nice and flat and it's nicely zipped. These sides should be kind of flat. I don't see any wrinkles, nothing is crooked, so this is what I like. Now I will take it out. We can cut the zipper to make sure that it's the same. And we will insert the zipper pull again. Okay, so just open it up and let's do it again. We just wanted to close everything again. Okay, so once you get in, see, you still have both sides closed. Now we will push this through the one end and we will catch it on the other side. Just like this. We will do both sides. So push it in. That's why we needed the space. We didn't want to go all the way. And catch it on the other side. There we go. Now we can cut it a little bit. There. Okay. So now we are gonna open it up. But we still want to have these attached. Okay. And that's opened. Very good. And now what we are going to do, now it's lying nice and flat. We will push this little bit in and secure it with a pin. On one side and the same thing on the other side. Make sure it's nicely in the middle. Good. And now we're gonna go back to the machine and we are gonna top stitch right here. You can do about a ½ centimeter from the edge. Okay, so we attached the zipper, so it's now secured. It's not gonna go anywhere. So we can see on the other side it's nicely secured. If you want, you can cut this piece. You don't have to, nobody's gonna see it. We will open it up, and now the last thing is to attach our big piece. So this is how it's gonna go. So now all we have to do is just attach the lining to the outer piece. So we will clip it all around. Okay, so once you clip it around, you will take it to the machine and you will attach the lining to the main panel. And again, try to stay along the edge, a few millimeters from the edge. We are just attaching the two pieces. We are still gonna do bias tape, and then the bias tape is gonna go a little bit closer towards the zipper. So my binding is not long enough, so I have to attach few pieces together. So what we are gonna do, we will take 2 pieces right side facing each other, and you're gonna go on 90-degree angle. You can clip it in place, and you can mark where this end, or where this piece ends, and that's where you're gonna start. And now you're gonna go across to this side. Then you can take your scissors and you just cut this piece off. And this is it. We just extended 2 pieces. Okay, so let's take our bias tape, and I had to extend it because I didn't have long enough piece. And so 90 degrees, you go on a side, you cut it, you open it, you press it down so it lies down nice and flat like this. Now we are gonna take our piece, we will flip it, top goes down, so we can start on the bottom. And now we are gonna place this the good side down, and let's start somewhere here. We are gonna clip it, and this time we will sew as close to the zipper as possible. So let's go all around the corners. Oh, this is for the corner, that's okay. No, let's move it a little bit. Okay, because I don't want to have this piece where the corner is. Okay, now when we get to the corner, and I will show you how you get in the back, then you will stop the machine, you will turn it this way, you will kind of make like a triangle, go down, and then you will continue. I'll show you when we get into it. Okay, so now this is gonna be the second part. Let's start here. We need the clippers, and we are gonna fold it over. I think this is gonna be easier when we flip it on the other side. So you want to fold it and fold it again. So try to go as close to the edge as possible, and then you fold it. Okay. And clip it in place. Okay, so let's fold this side first. And again, as close to the edge as possible. So we have around 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch all around, so we have the same thickness, so it doesn't look funny. So let's do this side first, and then when we come to the corner, we will just fold it like this. Okay. Okay, so how to close this gap? So it is overlapping, and I'm gonna take my scissors and I will cut this corner away. Then I'm gonna fold the outside and then both of them, we will fold them and flip them over. Okay, there we go. So now we can go back to the sewing machine and we can go all around and secure the bias tape. So I'm not gonna be doing adjustable strap, so I just measured whatever is good for my size, and I'm gonna get rid of these little frills. One side, second side. Okay, and so let's prep this piece. So as I said, I have 1 inch hardware, and I'm gonna take a little piece of double-sided tape, and I'm gonna put it somewhere here. And now I'm gonna fold it over. There we go, it's gonna stay in place. And I already prepped one. Now I'm gonna take it to the machine and I'm gonna top stitch as close as possible to the hardware. Okay, so there we go. And we will grab the strap, we'll open it up and place it somewhere around here. Make sure it's straight. There we go. We will clip it in place. We will do the same thing on the other side, and now we will take it to the machine and go around. Okay, and this is the final thing we have to do. The top stitched on both sides. So this is how you attach a wider bibbing to a smaller hardware. Now we have our D-ring ready. We will attach it on one side and second side. Okay guys, so this is it. We did it. Thank you very much for watching and staying with me till the end. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you liked it, please comment below, hit the thumb up button on the bottom, subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. I'm usually making new pattern every week, and I leave the pattern for free for 2 days, usually around 2 days, so people can try it. And so don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button so you don't miss any of the future videos, and you can get the patterns for free.